Hey up, it's Noah Vortex, and I wanted to do a purposefully spooky, weird, creepy atmosphere as possible because, why not? I think I'm already too far gone with the algorithm anyway for it to make much of a difference, so may as well roll with the full-on creepiness. But yeah, I'm not usually sure. I'm trying to do a stream of consciousness vlog. I've slept a bit. I was just I'm in bed, obviously, and yeah, just felt like doing a vlog, to be honest. So what I was going to talk about in this video was from it's just like personal relaying my own experience about the struggles of dating as I guess a creative person. Well, creative man in my case, but it could be for women too, I don't know really. Well, obviously they'll be fully different for their experience. But so yeah, but basically, like, what's my experience been? Because I've been single now for I think 6 months, 7 or 8 months now, so not that long. But in that time, I've sort of been trying to get back into the whole dating thing and using apps a bit and a few different ones and trying different things and trying. I don't know. But yeah, let's just dive into it properly. So basically, my experience has been, I mean, to be honest, half the problem is I don't really put that much effort in myself. I think like I go through periods of just using it, like trying to match with people at a moderate level, but then I will just not use it. I just can't be arsed a lot of the time. I'm very lazy. I think this is a lot of the time I'm more focused on my creative work, to be honest. Like I'm hyper focused on that. I mean, like I'll just show you like some books, paintings around here, blah blah blah. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm much more focused on, in a sense, actually, I'm much more focused on myself. I'm quite, I wouldn't say that I'm selfish. So I've been accused of being selfish before, which is sort of a bugbear of mine. When people call me selfish, it actually annoys me. But I think in a sense there's a certain truth to that my goals are more important than any relationship, and I'm quite happy not being in a relationship if the relationship is going to be detrimental to those goals. So in that sense I'm actually quite driven, but obviously my goals are visual arts based. When I'm really doing I do programming work for a day job, but my goals within art are mostly focused on visual arts, painting. Now, if you know anything about painting, you know that painting is just a constant struggle. I mean, even if painters do relatively well, like I know painters who are grown up adults and they do pretty well, but the average painter basically earns about 10 or 12 grand a year. Basically just nothing really. Barely enough to even cover the cost probably most of the time. Your average, I mean, obviously you get outliers who earn a lot more. Pardon me. But I think possibly for, now I'm going to use some generalizations here. Before I even say these generalizations, they are generalizations and they're basically probably based on generic patterns, but there are always exceptions to rule. But basically, obviously, women, if they're looking for the traditional provider figure, are going to want somebody with a lot of money. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. This is a bonus. if a woman's looking for a partner, or it doesn't have to be a woman necessarily, but whatever. If someone's looking for a partner, them having a stable income or a lot of money, I think probably stable income matters more than having lots. But obviously, I mean, if a guy's loaded, I mean, let's not bullshit. If a guy's loaded, that's going to make him a more attractive prospect for anyone. I mean, let's not bullshit ourselves. which makes sense, really. I mean, obviously, because this is one area where I am unstuck at the minute. Like I've just had it's not been that bad for a while, but like I've just had a lot of money issues in the last basically year, really. Just sort of started spiraling out of control, health issues and stuff as well. And I'm still this like extreme panda where I look at this. It's just the most extreme panda I ever. Probably just lack of sleep, really. But I think one other thing about, I guess if you're a creative individual, creative person, my sleeping schedule, if I was to just naturally be on my natural sleeping schedule, would drive most normal people insane. Like I don't do the normal sleeping schedule. I'm more comfortable at night. Often I used to go to nighttime walks. Very much a night owl. Finding someone that can actually vibe with that is hard. Now my ex-partner actually did help me with that. Like, she just made sure. Basically, she's almost like a bit of a mum for me. Basically, she just like made sure I went to bed at a certain time. Made sure I took the. She's a bit of a nurse as well. She was good in that sense. She was very good in that sense. I mean, we got on too long. I'm not selling myself. I'm just sort of relaying my experience. I mean, I definitely am a man with a few issues who needs a bit of care, actually, as well. But not like, well, I mean, I have therapy, so I think one thing if you're a creative person is, and you have like mental health issues as well, is definitely not to rely on your partner completely for therapy. I think it's a very healthy thing to get therapy outside of the relationship, because otherwise it can become too much, and your partner shouldn't be doing all the emotional labour that's required. Therapy is definitely something I'd recommend, not just for partners, for both of you together, but couple sessions, but for actually just as individuals. That's something I did with my last relationship, and I think it was very beneficial for both of us, to be honest. Like, yeah, I mean, I think even though right now we're not actually together, I think that was, there's a lot of good aspects to the relationship. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This is 4 years of my life, of the first love of my life, really. But yeah, doing therapy outside of the relationship's actually really good. That's obviously been a bit of a ramble. I just felt like reeling off some thoughts before I go to sleep, because I'm struggling to sleep a bit now. And it's also on my mind, obviously, so I thought, may as well just talk about it. But yeah, it's always a bit difficult, I think, because essentially, oh man, I look gross there. Not a good angle. Because essentially, women are not one thing, men are not one thing, and there is probably someone who's going to be attracted to you out there. I think there probably is there is like a selection hierarchy. There's no point lying about it, right? I mean, if we all know as guys who are heterosexual, if we see a hot woman, or bisexual, or whatever, doesn't matter, if you like women sexually, and I guess lesbians could do this as well. If we see a hot woman, we know instantly she's hot. We can bullshit about it as much as we like, but we know when we see a hot woman. And I mean, I'm guessing, I've heard that women are less visually orientated, but I'm sure there's definitely a way that women can tell if a guy's got the sort of facial structure they like and everything else. And it's a good thing to be honest about that. But also don't let it define, I guess, we all have our, like, for me, I guess it's probably more important to focus on what is it, if you want to get more confidence about your physical attractiveness. I mean, for myself, this hair is pretty unique. It's sort of like Wolverine, it's quite wild, it's curly, it's big, it's going a bit grey now, but it's still quite good. I've got a fairly decent beard. My facial structure is probably alright. The skin's not too great because of smoking. This is the shit. This thing makes me look like a fucking vampire. But it got a nice smile, I guess, and I've been told I have kind eyes, so if you're trying to like build your confidence up, then just focus on that. I mean, basically, I guess it's like common sense, isn't it? Like, fucking brush your teeth, have a shower, keep good hygiene, fucking keep your hair in good stead. I know I need to work on my weight and everything as well, but yeah, just do all that shit, right? And then wish for the best, but also be alright with being on your own, basically, because I think you can only really be in a relationship once you've been comfortable being on your own for a while, to be honest. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and yeah, it's sort of like a bit of a ramble about if you're a creative person, how to approach relationships, and very rambly, but vlogs, I really like rambly vlogs. We're asleep.